Blessings, saints, all around the world. I'm glad you're tuning in. I would like to talk about God being love and God being just, because a lot of people misinterpret it with the modern day love and they forget what it really means. Let's look at Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 4. He is the rock. His work is perfect. For all his ways are justice. A God of truth and without injustice. Righteous and upright is he. He is perfect God. And his word is perfect. And this is the only way that we can acknowledge God in who he is. God is love, but he is just. Now there's two loves. There is the agape and there is the eros. Eros is a flesh, worldly love. Never forget that. God, agape, is the spiritual love, the godly love. There is a difference. And this is where a lot of people get deluded, deceived in this worldly love, and then they attack Christians. But they need to study, especially the Greek language. And God is just. Now in Greek, δικαιοσύνη. And it's funny because like there's justice and there's the courtroom and then there's the lawyer. And it's funny because in Greek you've got the dikasterio, δικηγόρος, and δικαιοσύνη, the justice, the court. And I mean the Greek language is so full of beauty. It is no wonder the New Testament is in Greek. I'd like to go to Mark chapter 12 verse 30. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. Now, Jesus said this himself. And if you're not able to do the first commandment in loving God, totally sold out for God, which means as well in doing the love walk, reading the word and praying and surrendering to God daily. If you cannot do the first commandment, you can't do none of the others. I am straight about it, because if you do not have God totally in your being, mind, soul, strength, everything, totally sold out, you will not be able to do the rest of the commandments. Jesus said it's the first one. If you don't believe me, go and look it up. Mark chapter 12 verse 30. This is a godly love. This is where you'll be full of the godly love, is when you do the first commandment. Then you'll know what the real agape love is. The world gives you the love of eros. That's why you see lesbians and gays and they're fighting about the fact that they're in love and so they get married. Well, they're marrying animals now because they love the animal. Because love is so cheap in the world. Cheap as. And plus, falling in love, falling out of love, falling in love, falling out of love, which is adultery, fornication. So you are totally disobeying God in the love walk. Look at Matthew 24 verse 12. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. So even the eros, the love out there in the world, is throwaway love. It is cold. It is not godly love. There is a big difference. I will read to you 2 Timothy 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1 to 5. It explains it very well. But know this, that in the last days, we're in the last days, perilous times will come, for men will be lovers of themselves. We see that. Lovers of money, boasters, proud, blasphemes, disobedient to parents. We see that now with the children. They do not respect parents these days. They're running off and doing their own thing. And then you think you love them by letting them do their own thing. Wrong. Unthankful, unholy, unloving, unforgiving, slanderers, without self-control. That's true. They do what they want. Brutal, despisers of good, traitors, headstrong, hardy, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power, and from such people turn away. Turn away. Don't keep company with these people. We are to protect ourselves, to love God with everything. And he does not want us to make company with people that have an eros love, a worldly love. And I think I didn't write it down, but you know how it's in Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20, how what is not good and not godly, they make it good. They say it's good, it's good. And then what is good, they say it's bad. So that's why Christians we're battling these last days. And it's so sad. It's so sad that these days that people, they just don't want any QUICI anymore, justice. They just don't want it. And even in the courts, the Castilia, there's no justice there either in the world. But God is just. He is true. His word is true. And to be an equipped, on-fire Christian, we need to be in the word daily, praying daily, and asking for wisdom daily and God's knowledge and so forth. And surrendering our all. Not putting career before God. Not putting weekend outings, drunkenness before God. Not putting yourself before God. No, this is not the first commandment, remember? And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. That means everything else is last. God is first. If you want to protect your children and put them on the right path, okay, they might not go on the right path. But if you're a praying mother or a praying father and you've got the word out and they see it, you are not responsible. If they see it, they know. The blood is not on your head if you're doing the right thing with God. And you're praying for your children or family members. But if you're not doing it and you're putting the world before God, the QUICI, God is justice. And I was reading Jeremiah chapter 6 yesterday. If one is not looking after, if one is not putting God first in their life, family member, read Jeremiah chapter 6. God is just. If you keep on not listening, closing your ears to watchmen, prophets, Christians, and you're doing it your way, just like the last days, that people will be colder and arrogant, it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight for the outcome because, hell is eternal. Heaven is eternal. you know, you have to choose what you're going to do. But when God takes his hand away from a family, a home, a nation, or an individual, the enemy comes and takes away everything that's precious until you are on your knees praying for help. But it's not just take Jesus out of a pocket when you need him. God knows your heart. God will not be mocked. He knows your heart. He knows what you love first. So I just warn. I just put the warning, the trumpet. I'm blowing the trumpet. We're in the last days, and there's a lot of people that are just closing their ears, closing their eyes, and we're running out of time. So Eros, agape, God love, agape, eros, worldly love. Justice, God is just, his love and his justice is just. The QUICI. Amen. Bless you all. Love you. Bless you all. Keep on spreading the gospel. Time's ticking. Time's ticking. Jesus is taking us home. Time's ticking. Bless you. Bye.